Okay, guys, how are everybody today? Well, I'm going to do a video on sarcoidosis, like I said, and my experience with it and how I got diagnosed. Well, it's been probably about almost 2 years that I've been diagnosed with sarcoidosis. Well, how I started out, I used to have a lot of allergies. So I was going in because my nose was all clogged up and stuff like that. And I had swollen lymph nodes. That was the only thing I had, swollen lymph nodes. And the lymph nodes leaded them to think that I had lymphoma, which is a form of a Hodgkin disease cancer, but I didn't have that. So sarcoidosis is an autoimmune disease, and it causes its body to fight against itself. So when it's trying to get rid of a disease or an illness, instead of trying to get rid of it, it forms granules in your organs, and mainly the liver, that it affects everybody. It affects the lungs, Mainly that's where it'll form at. But mine's formed in my lymph nodes, because you can have it in the lymph nodes, the eyes, the heart, the liver, and you can even get it in the brain. And so, finish going on telling you about it. People accidentally get diagnosed with it if they go in for something else, and because mainly, like I said, it's actually diagnosed in the chest. And they couldn't find out what was wrong with me, because every time I kept going back to the doctor, I would tell them I got lymph nodes swollen all over, and they kept saying it was a sinus infection. So I did 1 round treatment of antibiotics, and that didn't work. So then they started sending me to the cancer doctor. They did lupus. They did AIDS tests. They did Lyme disease, and all other kind of diseases on me to rule out, and they still couldn't find that. And that was through the cancer doctor. So they decided that they're going to send me to the nose, eye, and throat doctor. Well, when I went there, they seen my lymph nodes all swollen up, and I showed them they were swollen in my groins. Well, first of all, the first doctor wanted to cut me because I had them swollen right here in my neck. And I was actually going to work, and you couldn't really see it, but they was about big as a golf ball, but inside. And then I had them just swollen everywhere. And then the other parts I had, like big as a marble, they was down in my groin area. So they took those 2 out, and they did a biopsy on them. And I went back in. You have to have surgery, so they did surgery, put me under, took them out, and then a couple weeks after I healed, I went back for results, and it come back as they told me I had sarcoidosis. So from there on, they sent me to a rheumatologist, because that's the kind of doctor you got to see when you got an autoimmune disease, and some of them are like thyroid, lupus, diabetic. So them are all autoimmune disease, but that's the kind of doctor you got to see when you got sarcoidosis. And so when they did after they told me my diagnosis was that, well, they put me on a big dose of prednisone. And, I was weighing 110 pounds before I started this medicine. And used to dance, salsa dance, belly dance, like I said. And I had a fast life, working and just doing a lot of things. A doll collector, sewing, taking care of my little 4-year-old, because I got 4 kids, 24 to 4-year-old. All of them are out except the baby girl that's 19, and then my 4-year-old son. And so that started limiting me after I got diagnosed with that. The prednisone just blew me up. I got, by the end of December, I was 170 pounds, and I started in 2009 on the prednisone, in like the month of April. They took me off in October of 2009. So April 09 to 2009 of October. And I blew up like a balloon. I was so big that everybody thought I was pregnant. That people that used to know me, that I used to work with and stuff. And so when every time I went to the doctor, that's what everybody would ask me. And I said, no, that's prednisone. Actually, the side effects of prednisone makes you have a big appetite. And they didn't tell me that. And even if I didn't eat, I still was seeing weight gain. So I think it was both eating, and then it was so high for me, it made me not be able to sleep. And then I just had a big appetite. I'd be up all night because I couldn't go to sleep. And then as the process went on, well, a little bit more about the symptoms that you have. For what I've been, all the stuff that I done felt. Well, after they did the x-rays on me, because they send you to a lung doctor, the three main organs that's going to get affected by sarcoidosis. The lungs, your eyes, your skin, and the liver. But the main thing is the lungs. Well, they couldn't figure out that I was one of the rare candidates that had it just in the lymph nodes. Like I said, I didn't have no symptoms of nothing, just a sinus infection and all the swollen stuff. But if you get it in the lungs, you'd have shortness of breath, a cough, and like wheezing. But so far, I do got a lymph node right here in the middle of my chest, and the taking a big dose of prednisone shrunk all my lymph nodes where I had them big and swollen at. And so, if they start getting big again, that's the only treatment for it because there's no cure. And you get skin problems. The only skin problem I got dark spots, 2 big dark spots on the back of each leg that are on my calves. They're like big as probably big as a silver dollar. And they just dark spots and they round. And that's what you get from that. And then this tattoo that I got on my arm right here, that's a tiger. I got swollen nodules up under it. Yeah, I got swollen nodules up under my tattoo, and they said, the cancer doctor already told me that would happen, that I'd get them swollen things. And then, as for my eyes, there's a bloodshot red, and I have eye pain. That's the other symptoms I've been getting with it. And then I always feel sick. You just feel sick. Some days you have good days with this stuff, and some days you don't. But other than that, I'm on Spiravira, albuterol pump that I have to take, and I'm on a heart pill because they're not for sure if they got in my lungs, in my heart, but my heart gets these at times where it beats too fast, so they didn't want that happening, so they put me on a heart pill. So I'm on a heart pill now. And what else I can tell you about it? Oh, the sarcoidosis, it can affect any part of the body. Any part. So you never know what is going to affect it, and that's about what symptoms you would have. So if it affected your heart, you're going to have all different kind of heart problems. And like I said, if it affects your lungs, you're going to have all different kind of lungs. Well, so far, I really don't got a stage of that. It's just that my lymph nodes will be the things that I worry about, and I'm always constantly feeling my neck to see about this. And like I said, it ain't no cure for it. Let's see. So every 3 months, I see the lung doctor, the eye doctor, and then the heart doctor. And you have to see those because you never know when these things are gonna affect you. And like I said, your body fights against itself and just do all kind of weird things. But I don't know. Another symptom, you have weight loss, but I don't know if mine's really got to do with weight loss, even though I've been losing weight. I think it's because I ain't been on that prednisone no more. And then I just had a big lab workup. They tested me for lupus, Lyme disease. They tested me for all this. They even thought I had MS. And that's where you get so you can't do nothing. and end up in a wheelchair. So I went through a whole bunch of testing, and I even seen a neurologist to make sure that I didn't have any in my brain, because they had found spots on my brain, and if you get it in the brain, they call that neurologist sarcoidosis. But for short, if I do talk about any more of this or any other things I have, most people call it sarc. And I even written a poem on that, because it was very scary getting diagnosed with it, because it's a rare disease and Caucasians can get it, but it's more common in African American between the ages 20 and 40. But they really don't know how you get it. But so far, I think I'm doing pretty good with it. And except some days my eyes be so blood red shot, and my vision didn't change, but I still have my ups and days down with these lumps that want to grow. Because I have one like right here is under the skin, so you can feel it, and I have that on both sides of my skin. But only thing I don't want to go back on prednisone no more, and so I'm hoping they got something else for me if this stuff starts forming again. But my lab results read high, so I'm not really sure what is going to happen after that. But that is what sarcoidosis is, and it's kind of scary because you never know what organ is affected until it gets there. Because like I said, it fights against itself. So I got to stay away from dust. I shouldn't smoke cigarettes, and you're supposed to be on a diet. But I'm not on none of that stuff. I just take it easy day by day and just hope this stuff don't stir up and cause me. Because if it gets in the lungs, you get very bad scar tissue. It can lead to being on an oxygen machine. So I'm just hoping mine don't get that far. Well, thanks for listening, and I hope you like the information I gave you on being diagnosed with sarcoidosis and the symptoms that I have suffered from. Talk to you soon. Bye.